All right, y'all. I actually was hoping to do a Facebook Live tonight, and I'm not sure if it's technological problems on my end or if it's actually changes that Facebook is actually doing. But I was not able to get my webcam to actually connect to Facebook. So I will be putting this on probably some other platforms and getting this out. And I really wanted to come on here for just a few minutes, hopefully to be an encouragement and more than anything. That's what my videos are often about, is just to be able to let you know that everything's going to be okay, to let you know that you are seen, that you are heard, that you are not alone in any ways. And many of you may be wondering what is going on and why things have not turned out the way that you thought that maybe they would turn out. And um, we're right there with you all. And so wanted you to know that. And but what I wanted to do is something I've never ever done before, and I've recently been encouraged to do it. And um, that is, I want to pull a tarot card for the collective, and to just I have a Work Your Light Oracle card deck that is really cool. And so I'm gonna was given to it by an angel. And so um anyway, I am going to prepare with a little prayer, and then I want to pull a card and then just make a few comments, um, and we'll go from there. Our Heavenly Father, we thank you for being a creator. We ask that you would help us today to step and stand in the alignment of who we are and the purpose that we've been placed upon this earth. We're asking for our spirit guides to gather around us, our ancestors, those of the light, um, to be here, to encourage, to lead and to guide, and to show us as we tap into our soul the completed understanding of the message that we are to give the collective today. Bring peace to the hearts that are in turmoil. Be with those who have lost loved ones. And continue to open the eyes of all who need to see, need to hear, and understand. And so it is. And the card that I am drawn to today for the collective, it's called the Unbound card. And this has to do with releasing soul patterns, contracts, and past lives. And perhaps this card actually connects us to really what is going on right now, as we literally have a culmination of hundreds of years, if not literally thousands of years, of ideology, of belief systems, of medical, you know, procedures and technology and all that, that is literally coming to the forefront. It's literally in your face, where we are seeing literally what is going on, that every time a supposed cure comes out, we're actually finding that a new variant, a new variety is coming out. And so we are going through a period of time where actually we're releasing our soul patterns. We are releasing our contracts. We are releasing the old world matrix system, and as well as our past lives. And so I want to read this to you. Um, what this little guide here says to us today. It says it is time to release the old soul stories that have been playing out in your life. They are coming up to be healed. There has never been a safer time to clear these patterns than right now. Take a look at patterns in your life that you are ready to release. Ancient vows and contracts that your soul made that have an expiry date. It could be a vow of silence or chastity or poverty. It is time to unwind from them. This is the life in which you free yourselves from the trauma of lives past. What old ways of being have an expiry date? When you name them, you claim them, and they stop holding power over you. When acknowledging these old patterns, it is important to acknowledge how they have served you up until now. For example, a soul pattern of playing small caused by a soul fear of being seen or sharing your voice would have served you by keeping you safe. In order to grow, you now need to soften by receiving and calling in support. It is time to unbind from the old ways of being that are no longer sustainable. And isn't that the truth? So this is a card. Let me see here. There we go. I can show it to you. And it has a picture here of these like fairies or angels, I guess, that are becoming unbound. It's as if they are flying away, being unleashed, unbound, I think is what that picture represents. And so we're guided here to hold the card on your heart and say, release all old stories, vows, contracts, and patterns that are no longer aligned with who I came here to be in the present time. I carry the lessons, growth, and gifts, but I no longer choose to live the same story. May I be unbound, unbound, forever unbound. And so it is. And I do ask that all who watch this video and come under the sound of my voice, that today you will be unbound from those soul patterns, from those contracts, and from the past lives, and from the illusion that all of us have been under. And I find this very, very apropos and interesting. As we tap into our intuition, we learn and find things that we didn't even know that we knew. And so I'm so grateful for this deck of cards that has actually aided me, and grateful for the gifter who gave it to me a few months ago. And I'm still learning, and don't consider myself a total expert, but that's okay. And wanted to share that little session with you. And if you would like for me to pull a card for you in some future session, I would be happy to do it. I can send it over Messenger in my spare time and give you a reading as you are drawn and desire to do so. So where are we right now? We are in a crazy place. So many people believed and thought that as we're moving out of this matrix system, that things would suddenly appear. We would snap out of it just like that, and everything would be over and everything would be perfect, and we would step into the new world. It would be a flash. I mean, we were taught in churches growing up that the rapture would be in a moment, in a twinkling of the eye, at the last trump, and the trumpet shall sound, and the dead in Christ shall be raised up, and we which are alive and remain shall be called up and gathered together to be with them in the clouds. And so we saw it as a moment in time that was so quick. But what we didn't count on is what we're going through right now, that we are shifting through time so quickly that moments are very fast. Years are speeding by. Literally, recently, an influencer I was listening to mentioned how every month is equivalent to a year, the amount of stuff going on, the amount of corruption that is being removed from the earth. And it's very, very interesting to recognize and realize what is going on. But for many of us, we thought it would snap your fingers, and whether you wanted Trump back in the White House, that was your goal. And you're like, it hasn't happened. And that was the only thing you ever wanted in 2021, is for Trump to be back in the White House. And not that there's anything wrong with that, but Trump hasn't technically, not according to the news media, been put back in the White House, because they are showing you a fake president, a clone, a CGI, an actor who is acting like the president of the United States. Meanwhile, the United States government is being taken down. That's just a sideline that you may or may not know. And I don't even know how long I'm going to be able to say that. Many of our platforms are coming down. So I'm just sharing as much as I can in a little bit of time I have in the most encouraging way, that hopefully will make you feel warm and fuzzy as you watch this video. But it is literally like there is so much going on behind the scenes every time such big event, whether it's war, whether it's some major court case that isn't even that major, but we thought it was major. Meanwhile, another court case is going on behind the scenes that nobody's paying attention to. Like, are you paying attention to Jeffrey Epstein's accomplice, Ghislaine Maxwell, who is on trial right now? There's a number of names that are being brought to the court. Are you even hearing about that? Are you even aware it's going on? You may not be if you're not connected to the correct sources, if you're not doing your research, if you're sitting in front of your television, they're going to continue to tell you lies and put it in your vision so you think it's literally is going on. They're going to tell you there's a new variant until infinity. And they'll even use Greek words in order to try to fool you because it's all Greek to you when it is Greek. But it didn't always start as Greek. So there's a lot of fraud going on, a lot of corruption, a lot of things going on. And it feels like even the good guys are fighting each other. And there are so many videos out there. There's so many influencers out there. Now that we, the people, are the real news, now there's more and more people that are speaking just like I am. And we're trying to get the word out. And some people speak in code, some people don't speak in code. And it can be, again, difficult to connect all the dots and see what's going on. And if I've encouraged in previous videos, don't just take your belief system and decide that that's really what's going on, because you will find very, very quick that your belief system was built on a matrix belief system, and you're watching it crumble right before your eyes. Because guess what? It's not happening that way. It's happening actually in a better manner. But it is unnerving to us who are watching it because we're going, whoa, wait a minute here. This is not how I thought it was going to be. And so we're like, why are we already it's almost 2022 and things aren't fixed? That is because a lot is happening. And from what I understand, it's going to take a whole lot longer to fix the things because the right people aren't doing the right thing in some instances. And at the same time, there are a lot, and I mean a lot of people who have not woken up. They have not awakened out of their slumber, to step out of the matrix system. They think that compliance is the way to go. They think that complying and them getting sick has no connection. People are dying right and left because they didn't have the courage and the capacity to be able to research and understand and comprehend what is going on and walk away from the rest of the crowd. So there is so many things going on. But as one of the influencers that I listened to today, Juan O'Savin was his name, encouraged and kept reiterating that one of the most important things for us to do is to take a deep breath. We have got to make sure we are getting oxygen to our brains. We can be deprived of food. We can be deprived of water from a number of days or even months. But oxygen for just a couple seconds can actually cause brain damage. I'm not a doctor, but you don't have to be a doctor to know that and understand. And when our ability to breathe is being taken away from us more and more, we feel that we might feel just physically as our freedoms are taken away, that we're not able to breathe. that, in those moments, we can remember how sovereign we are, how in control that we are, that nobody can take this space right here away from us, and take that deep breath and be patient. Yes, also understand where we have gone wrong in our belief system in believing that one leader is going to fix the entire situation around the world. Each and every one of us are doing our part to raise the vibrations, to encourage one another, to do our best to seek and find the truth. And when we find it, to share it with others in the best way we know how. And then in turn, to be able to share and research and go at it again and not give up and continue to breathe and continue to, be there for people as each person awakens, even if it's one step at a time. So know that you are not alone in these things. You are not alone in wondering what's going on. You are not alone in, opening your eye just a little bit and seeing that something's off, that something is not right. You are correct. Something is not right. The world as we know it will never return back to that illusion that we once called home, that we once called life, that we once thought that the systems were doing what they were, we thought they were doing what they were supposed to be doing. And it turns out when you awaken, you recognize pretty much everything is broken, and it's going to get a little worse until it gets better. The good thing is, my friends, there are good things coming. We just have to, continue forward and stay alive and push through, because the best is yet to come. And that's not just a cliche. There literally are clinics that are opening that are actually helping people for the first time in hundreds of years. There are med beds that are being shipped into parts of the US. I've heard they've been being shipped into Texas that are actually reversing so much damage that has been caused throughout the years, damage we've all done to our bodies by the true misinformation, so many different things. So there is a lot of things happening. I wish I could tell you everything that I know. All I can say is let go of the past, let go of the past life contracts, let go of your belief system, and begin to stand into one that is created from your heart, created out of love, created out of a vibration of stepping into a new world, to a new understanding, a new way, and into an abundance, cutting ties with lack and stepping forward into who we are and why we came upon this earth to be. Feel free to share this video, subscribe to any of my platforms. I'll try to drop some of my social media addresses down there below on the platforms that I'll end up loading this up on. Have a great day. Hang in there. Hold the line. Don't give up. Everything's going to be all right. It always is, even if it ends up being last minute, but that's how the universe works sometimes. Until next time, don't forget to breathe.